Okay, so let's get right into a question that I think every single one of us has struggled with. You know that feeling when you're putting something off, just avoiding that to-do list? Is that just laziness? Or is it possible it's actually something way, way smarter going on? I mean, have you ever felt that little pang of guilt for not being busy enough? We're living in this world that's just obsessed with the grind. If your calendar isn't totally packed, it's so easy to feel like you're doing something wrong. Like any downtime is just wasted time. And it's no wonder we feel that way. From the moment we're kids, we're taught that being productive means you're always doing something. It's about constant action, just checking off boxes, filling every single minute of the day. That idea is just, it's everywhere. But here's a thought. What if that resistance you feel, that urge to put certain things off, isn't a bug in your system? What if it's a feature, a really sophisticated plan your brain has, not for doing nothing, but for doing the right thing? Let's explore that. And this brings us to a really fascinating idea from neuroscience, what we can call your brain's secret energy strategy. Okay, so the official term is neurological energy regulation. I know it sounds super technical, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. Just think of your brain as this incredibly powerful computer, but with a limited battery. It knows, instinctively, that the really hard stuff, deep thinking, creativity, solving a tough problem, uses up a ton of power. So to run efficiently, it actually fights against wasting that precious energy on little low-impact tasks. It's basically its own built-in resource manager. And this, right here, is the most important shift in perspective. That feeling of wanting to procrastinate isn't a weakness or a character flaw. It's a cognitive strategy. It's your brain trying to save its best stuff for the challenges that really truly matter. So let's break this down. The old myth, right? It says laziness is a moral failing, that you're just unmotivated and trying to avoid all effort. But the reality of what we're calling energy conservation is totally different. It's a biological strategy. You're not avoiding all effort. You're avoiding unnecessary effort. See the difference? You're not passive. You're selectively motivated, ready to go all in on the stuff that actually counts. Now, of course, this brings up a really important question. How in the world do you know if you're being strategic with your energy or if you're just unmotivated? And this is probably the most crucial distinction to make, right? Because one is a superpower and the other is a real problem. So how can you tell which one is happening in your own life? Well, here are four pretty clear signs that your brain is just conserving energy. First, you put off the small, trivial stuff, but you'll happily dive headfirst into a really complex, interesting problem. Second, your downtime is actually productive. It's when you have your aha moments and big ideas. Third, you might not care about a lot of things, but you are incredibly intensely focused on a few key passions. And finally, think about what really drains you. If it's the endless busy work and not the big, meaningful challenges, that's a huge clue. You can also just feel the difference. Apathy feels, well, it feels empty. It's draining and flat. But strategic conservation, that feels like you're charging a battery. You're building up energy, getting ready for what's next.
Okay, so what do you do with this? Once you start to recognize this pattern in yourself, how do you actually use it to your advantage? Let's get practical. First things first, and this is really important, this is not an excuse to just blow everything off. Think of this as the user manual for your brain that you never got. It's about learning to work with your brain's natural tendencies instead of constantly fighting against them. So it really boils down to 3 steps. Step 1, identify your high-impact tasks. Be really honest with yourself. What are the 1 or 2 things that truly move the needle? Get super clear on that. Step 2, audit your energy drains. Look at your week and be ruthless. What busy work can you just eliminate? What meetings can be an email? This is all about getting your focus back. And finally, step 3, maybe the most important one, reframe rest as strategic charging. It's not lazy, it's essential. You need to schedule it, protect it, and do it without feeling guilty. I love this quote because it just sums it all up perfectly. Your brain isn't trying to avoid work. It's trying to save its incredible power for the right work. So at the end of the day, the big takeaway is this. Stop fighting yourself. Stop trying to force your brain to be busy all the time. Instead, learn to trust its natural efficiency. Give it the big, juicy, complex problems it was built to solve. And that leaves us with one last question to think about. The next time you feel that pull to procrastinate, don't ask, why am I so lazy? Ask yourself this instead. What amazing problem, what great idea is my brain saving all this energy for?